Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Listen, let's go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Let's get into it. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Lavita. Hey, Kay. What's up, Portia Keela? What's up, Libra the Diva? Faith City, Candiace. What's going on, guys? Hey, Aaron. Hey, Asia. What's going on? How is y'all doing out here in these streets, honey? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, guys, we have did it, okay? We have hit 15K. So, yay! Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I do appreciate you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and continue to, you know what I'm saying, stride and just make it to the next level, okay? So that's that on that, all right? Let's go ahead and hop into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What's up, Andrella? Kimberly Newell, I hope I said that name right. Okay, thank you so much, Nessie. Is it Nessie? Ness? Thank you. Okay, thank you guys so much. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for joining me. Okay. All right, let's get into it. So, Whitney is planning to invite, because we're going to start off with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City first. Y'all know how I like to do. Give people time to come in for what they really want, which is Real Housewives of Potomac. What's going on, Sam? Right, we did it, Joe. What's up, y'all? Okay. Thank you so much, Beverly. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ashley can age shame, but Candiace can't say. Girl, you know we're gonna get into that, right? You know we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay. So Whitney, she's trying to plan like a what is it, snow tubing or something? I would do snow tubing before I try to do some damn skiing. Okay, that's like frightening. I won't want to ski, but I definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, do a little snow tube or whatnot. Lisa over there chit-chatting with her son, which it was a cute little moment to see him going through his friendship struggles or whatnot, and she noticing from his friendship struggles that she's having some of her own. So she wants to kind of take on her own advice of hitting things head on, I guess, with having a conversation and sorting things out with Miss Whitney. But I'm kind of like, well, why wouldn't you do that with Miss Angie? You feeling like you need to be more direct when it comes down to your issues with your friends and stuff, but you'll do that with Whitney, somebody that you ain't been featuring all last year and some of this year, and then now you want to be straightforward and mean things or whatever, but when it comes to your good girl Angie that you've been knowing since you was a child, you don't want to extend her no grace. Got it. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's get to Jenny and her husband. Jenny and her husband. So they head out for oyster night. Okay. That's kind of cute, right? So it's not just like a normal date night. It's like we always got to go out for oysters or whatever. So I mean, you know, it's cute. Okay. They have their oyster night. She brings up him wanting more kids. Y'all know on last week's episode, he asked her about more kids, then asked her about a surrogate, then asked her about a sister wife. Okay. So she ain't over that. She's still feeling the way about it. And I can't tell her that she shouldn't be. Okay. He says that he isn't sure why she is upset. Because they've talked about it before, right? So Jenny says, yeah, we talked about it before, but in that particular moment, I wasn't prepared for you to say that, meaning I didn't know you was going to bring that shit up while we was on camera, okay? I know we talked about this shit before, but you did this shit on camera, so that's a problem, right? What else ended up happening? He tells her that he was hurt by her walking away. I was like, I don't give a fuck if you upset, if she walked away. Did you hear yourself? You saw your wife crying in your face and you didn't care anything about that. So I thought that was rude. And she tells him that she was hurt by what he said as far as the sister wife and things are concerned. She asked him, how would he feel if the shoe was on the other foot, basically? What if it's something that I wanted from you? You couldn't give it to me. So I decided that I want to bring somebody else into our relationship. How you going to feel about that? Let's talk, okay? I was like, come on, switch the roles. He gonna tell me something. Well, is there any other options? Well, it doesn't seem like there's any other options, girl. I don't like Jenny's husband right now. I'm hoping he redeems himself. I won't say that I don't like him, but I don't like his approach to wanting to get more kids, and I don't like his selfishness. So I'm hoping that, you know, he grows on us in other ways. I'm hoping that he ends up being actually a nice guy, because right now it's going downhill real quick for him. What else ended up happening? She asked if it's illegal, right? She said she feels like it's illegal for him to have multiple wives. And he's like, no, it's not. And it damn show ain't a new thing for us to have multiple wives out here in Utah. Because, you know, they do all that kind of stuff out there in Utah, honey. Okay. So Jenny asked him, what is he expecting from a sister, wife, and child? He don't even know. You don't even know what you're expecting from this lady, but you just want to throw it out there. So it sounds like you already know that you want a child by this sister wife, right? You at least know that. But then what else are you looking for from this sister wife? So you just gonna get her to have your baby, and then what? And then Jenny was like, is it that I get to spend time with you on this night and, you know, see you on, and she sees you on that night? Like, how does that work? What does that look like? I'm girl, it don't look like nothing, because it ain't happening. So what else is going on, sir? What else is going on? Do we need to get you a puppy? Do you need a dog? Do you want to get a monkey? Do you want a finger monkey? So you can feel like you have, you know, you got that empty space being filled. What is it that you need? Because it won't be another woman, and it damn sure ain't gonna be a child. So what do you want? Do you want a cat? Okay. Let us know what it is that you're looking for, sir. Do you want a hamster? Because if you think we finna get another walking human around here, you got me stopped. Okay. So that's that. She says that she don't want nobody touching her husband, and I don't fault her on that at all. I'm mad that he knows the law for the sister. Girl, you is right. I'm mad he knows the law for the sister wife. He acting like it's a new idea, and it's not. He been thinking about this, and you likely have a strong point there. At first, he was suggesting a sister wife for more kids. Now he doesn't know. He been wanting. Y'all telling it, okay? Because that's exactly what it's looking like, girl. Now you don't know. Now you don't know. So basically, it sounds like he just really wanted her to fuck on her, basically. He just wanted to have somebody outside of her. Ooh, girl, I can't. And every time I see him cry, I be wanting to slap all of the water out of his body. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm tired of seeing tears, for real. Like, what you crying for? What are you crying for, sir? Ooh, girl, let me keep going. Assuming this storyline is real, I wanted to jump through the TV and punch the out of Dewey. He's a mess. I don't understand it. He weaponizes his tears to get sympathy from her. Exactly. And I feel like that's the same exact thing. I'm going to jump ahead. I feel like that's the same exact thing that Jenny did when she got with the ladies after she snapped on Mary. I was like, oh, well, then you and your husband wanting the mother the same now, ain't it? Okay. Period. Red flag. I'm not sharing my husband. I'm just not going to do it. Not here, not there, anywhere. Not on a boat or with a goat. Sorry. It's Jenny playing the victim card and conveniently puts a post of herself with a random, but I saw that. I was confused. I said, girl, did they go and adopt this black child? When did that happen? Girl, I saw that post with her and that black child. Girl, I need more details. What's happening around here? What is going on? Girl, that was a mess. But what other way to ask for what you want? He could have cheated and not said anything, right? True, he could have cheated. He could have cheated, but I felt like he was using that as an excuse instead of getting to the point of what he really wanted. First, he says he wanted to have more kids, right? Knowing where she stood on that. So then he went ahead and said surrogate. So it's like he knew what the final and last option would be. So he had to present the other ones in front of her to get her to shoot it down, only to say, well, this is the only final option. So would you be okay with that? Thinking she'll go along with it, possibly considering the fact that it's common within their culture. So and they've talked about this numerous of times. So for him to, now that I think about it, for him to tell her, I don't know why you're so upset. We've talked about this multiple times. Well, I don't know why you keep bringing it up, because she's talked about it multiple times about how she does not want to have any more kids, right? So I don't like how he plays this game, child. I can't take him. I cannot take him. Let's go ahead and continue to go on, okay? So he says that he wants a big family because it's fun. And I feel like that's unfair because it seems like he's not really there with the children that he does have, right? It seems like he's not even there the whole time with them. So what you mean is fun? What's fun about it when your wife is the person at home taking care of them majority of the time? Let us know. Okay, yeah. So she starts crying about him wanting to not wanting to share him, right? The fact that he's okay with that, you know, that's really hurting her feelings. He tells her that he doesn't want to lose her. Do we go find the nearest corner and sit your ass in it and make sure you turn around and make sure your back is facing us when you do it? Do you hear me? Talk about some I don't want to lose her. Well, you're losing her because y'all have sit down and had this conversation on multiple occasions, right? It makes no sense. Like, that's not something she wants. You think you the only person that could probably walk away? She probably gonna be like, peace, because I'm not gonna keep having this conversation with you. The moment you get you a sister wife, that's going to be your only wife because I'm going to divorce you. Okay, you're going to have to take care of me and the rest of these kids. Okay, because I quit my job while you were still working. So that's alimony right there. Okay, on top of the other child support. So good luck with what you got going on over there since you wanted more kids. Like, I didn't like that, Dewey. So she lets him know that he doesn't want to put himself in her shoes. And he keeps speaking on the emptiness in his heart. And this is when he started crying. And I said, Dewey, he started crying as if, and this is what killed me, the fact that he was crying about the emptiness that he felt in his heart, as if she, y'all, like, really sit down and think about this, as if she doesn't feel emptiness in her heart. This woman carried this child for 9 months and some change to give birth to this baby. This is a child that she was connecting with. Not saying that he wasn't, but it's a whole body change when you have a human growing inside of you. That's a whole different type of connection that she's having with her child. Only for her to give birth to this child and this child to pass away shortly thereafter. And you mean to tell me that you feel an emptiness within your motherfucking heart? How do you think she feels within her own heart to know that this situation happened on top of all of the other miscarriages that she's had? Are you serious? Dewey is selfish, y'all. This man is selfish as girl, I can't. So she wants him to pretty much seek some type of professional help for the way that he's feeling. And at first it didn't seem like he was open to it, but the more they talked about it, it seems like he's going to be okay with it. And he's going to, go out and probably get some help. At least that's what I hope, right? I'm hoping that once he gets the help, he realizes that he's okay with not having another child, or at least putting his wife through the same thing, right? But I feel like the sister-wife conversation may come up again because I'm starting to think that's really what Dewey really want. Dewey really want somebody else to come into the picture. Okay, that's what he mean by having a big family, not just with the kids, but probably with somebody else. Okay, he acts like he was the one. Exactly, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. He act like he the one that carried the child, like she ain't going through some type of emptiness within her own heart. Come on, sir. Come on, not adding up. I would have pulled out Candiace's handkerchief and said, sniffle. Okay, sniffle. As long as we can have a sniffle, brother husband. Not a sniffle. He just wants bragging rights to say he has a big family. He let his white friends in Utah tell him to get sister wives because they do it. Ooh. He's not even around talking about it's fun. That's what I'm saying. Not even around. She does all of the work. So I don't, At this point, I want to hear from the kids, right? It seems like the little daughter gonna tell it all, period, okay? If the boys don't say nothing, because usually the boys don't be caring about all this, so where they be in on, the daughter she gonna get them together. She already told them she ain't want no younger sibling anyway, okay? So she gonna definitely let us know what's up. Let's go ahead and move on to Meredith himself. This was interesting and awkward. I think it was interesting because it was an awkward sit down between the two of them, y'all. So let me try and wrap this up. Okay, so y'all know last year they were on the brink of getting a divorce or whatever. He's typically always in another state or whatever. Wanted her to relocate to go there. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So now I guess pandemic happened. He's back in the home. Her father passed. Since her father has passed, he's been there for her even more. Okay, bringing their bond closer, which is great because I think Seth is a really great guy and I like Meredith. So I want to see both of them together. So they've been going to marriage counseling. And what was interesting was when they said they've been going to discernment therapy. I said, I've never heard of that in my life. Discernment therapy. And those individuals discern whether or not you guys can continue the marriage or should continue the marriage or separate or something like that. I was like, that's very interesting. I've never heard that before, but okay. Meredith is feeling like she's finally being heard in the relationship. Or in the marriage, her communicating and stuff and being heard. She's feeling great about it, right? She also goes on to say that at the same time, she feels like she's not getting full support when it comes to the kids because the kids are always going to mama to resolve their issues. It's always mama, 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 and not daddy, daddy, daddy. And she wants it to be daddy, daddy, daddy. And I understand what she's saying because typically, Meredith, you're the one that's always there. He's the one that's always out traveling. So they go to the person that's nearest to them, I feel. Okay. And the person that nurtures them the most, and that's where they get their information from. But Seth saw her straight up like, girl, that's because you engage in a lot of the bullshit that the kids bring to you. Okay, that's the problem right there. And I'm kind of like, well, why I gotta be BS, Seth? Okay, why I gotta be BS? Because she's so tuned into what's going on with her kids and stuff like that. Okay, I disagree with what Seth was saying, but that's all I captured from their sit down. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. Seth is really fun and Meredith is, not boring. Is that what you were trying to say? He does 40 plus kids, way too much for one woman. Are you speaking on Miss Jenny and her husband? So that's that on Seth and Meredith. Okay, Meredith's husband has a really creepy vibe. You think so? I liked him. I like him. I feel like if anybody's husband has a weird vibe, I feel like it's Whitney's. It's something off to me about Whitney's husband. Maybe because he's older and she's younger. And y'all already know how I be feeling about stuff like that. But maybe it's that. I don't know. But let's get to the beauty lab. It's the anniversary and it's the baby's anniversary. I was wondering, I was like, are these the same babies that she threw the baby shower for last year? Come to find out it is, okay? Cute little babies was up there. Now you got Angie, Whitney, Jen, and Heather. They're all at this function. Whitney tells them about the dinner she had with Lisa. Now, y'all know last week, Lisa and Whitney went to dinner. Ironically, they could barely get a damn cup of water at the table before the caterers that was supposed to do Angie's party start speaking on how they felt like Angie was throwing them under the bus and lying. All right, lying on them or something like that. And I'm like, girl, I'm with Whitney, girl. This is fake. This is planned. You don't even know me like that. Why you even feel comfortable about having that conversation with this lady while she's on a dinner date with me? Okay, and my husband. That makes no sense. So I was with Whitney all the way around. Okay. Angie, when Whitney was telling this story, Angie did not like being called a liar, and rightfully so. I don't blame Angie at all. Girl, don't call me no liar. That's a problem, okay? If it happened, like I don't understand what Angie gains by lying about that. I believe everything that Angie said. Okay, now Jen doesn't believe Lisa set that up. Okay, she don't believe that Lisa had anything to do with the caterers canceling. You and Lisa starting to show me that y'all have some similarities, which is why I see why y'all are friends, girl, because you damn sure are a person that likes to do stuff and hide your hands and act like you didn't do it. What was me? Why? Who said that? Who did that? That's how you are, Miss Jen. And I'm believing that is also how Miss Lisa is, because Lisa likes to start crying and getting irate or whatever, and to kind of like divert from what we're really talking about here. And I guess like turn herself into the victim at some point. So I don't trust her. So Angie asks, where is Whitney and Lisa? You know, as far as the friendships. And Whitney said, girl, we moving forward. Like, we're cool. She said, well, what about me? She said, girl, she don't want to talk to you. Yeah, she said she don't want to have a thing to do with you. Okay, so you know she feeling away. I believe Jen told her that she wants her to talk to Lisa. Angie said, girl, I've already texted this woman and told this woman, listen, I love you. You know, they've been knowing each other since they were kids, but I guess she hasn't gotten a response back from Lisa. So Lisa out here being childish as much as she says everybody else is being childish. Okay. What else ended up happening? Angie says that I already said that she reached out to her and she obviously haven't gotten a response. Okay. Have you noticed that all of the Salt Lake City husbands are scared of their wives? I have not really noticed that. I just noticed it as some of the guys on the other shows, how they just really didn't want to be a part of the BS that was going on. Now that I know Jenny's husband is okay, I'm not mad she called him ugly in the first episode. It all makes sense now. Ooh, yikes. Okay, M. Barry. Mary's husband wins the creepy husband award. For me, ooh. You may have a point. That was really nice to see. That's a great boss for doing that. That was nice of her. I'm like, dang, she love the kids, girl. I guess when you ain't ready, when you ain't trying to have no more, love on the folks that's around you. So I don't blame her on that either. Okay, so the ladies get ready to head out to the tubing. They get to tubing. Seems like Mary was the one that bought them the stretch limo because she said she wanted to ride up there real comfortable. So I don't blame Mary on that. Angie is on this trip, but Lisa ain't paying her no attention. She's trying to give her dust, y'all. Now, the conversation comes up about sparkling water. I guess somebody had sparkling water, and I think Heather turned it down because it hardens, according to Mary, it hardens your ovaries. I don't know this to be true or not true. I didn't even do my research, but obviously Miss Mary felt the way when Lisa wanted to do her research. Okay, Lisa said, is that true, Mary? I should Google that. Mary immediately took offense to it. She was like, oh, girl, no, that's not what we doing, girl. Why is it when I say something, you want to Google? But when somebody else says something, girl, you ain't out here trying to Google. It's word is bond when it comes to them. But when it comes to me, it's a problem, right? So what else ended up happening? Mary says that she don't deal with girls like her. And Lisa said, like who? She said, you. I don't deal with women like you. Mary says that she needs to Google things, that she says she doesn't need to Google things or something like that, that she says, because what she says is facts. And I'm like, okay then, Mary girl. Okay, thank you so much. Make it make sense for the super chat. Mary met her match in Jenny. She was real quiet. You think so? I felt like Jenny did the most, but we'll talk about it, right? And maybe she has met her match in Jenny. I think she was caught off guard with Jenny too. But yeah, I feel like Jenny was doing the most, but let's keep going. Lisa, after they get off the bus, she goes over to check with Mary because she wants to assess, how are you feeling? What's on your mind, girl? Let me know. Lisa says she thought they were friends. And Mary was like, well, I thought we was friends. And then Lisa said, well, we are. She said, okay, then, girl, if we friends, then, girl, talk to me like I'm your motherfucking friend. Girl, don't be coming over here trying to talk to me like I'm beneath you because I'm not. I said, oh, come on, Mary. Okay, let her know what it is. Even though I didn't think she was trying to talk down to her, I think she was just asking, like, I should Google that, like I didn't even know that was real, So I think Mary definitely kind of took some things to heart for whatever reason. Mary says, Mary asked, why do you need to Google me? Is it because I'm black? I was kind of like, how did we get here? Maybe Mary notices some other type of racial undertones or something going on, but I was kind of like, how did we get here, Mary? Lisa, she really couldn't take what it was that Mary was saying. And then she tells her that if she ever talks, first of all, she said she was so sorry, number one. But then Lisa turned around and told her, girl, if you ever talk to me like that again, then girl, we're going to have a conversation because it's not going down like that over here, ma'am. No, it's not. Girl, that was just too funny to me. Mary tells Lisa that she's too sensitive. And I said, well, wait a minute. If that's the case, Mary, I think you're both sensitive because Lisa just asked you a simple question and you definitely put 20 on 10 with that situation, okay? So Jenny, being the new girl, all the old girls just chilling, being the new girl, coming out, telling people to shut the up, because she wants to go and ski because she got some other personal things going on in her life. Obviously, she's still upset with her husband, but then you want to take it out on these ladies because you're ready to get out here and tube and do whatever you trying to do. Then that's all you had to say. You ain't have to get no attitude with nobody telling people to shut the fuck up. All she had to do was say, well, ladies, I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm excited to go snow tubing, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Anybody else coming with me? Like, I would have left them to their mess, but for you to make a whole scene, girl, I felt like she was doing too much. What else happened? Mary tells her, girl, don't talk to me like that. As any other person likely would do, they would have told her, don't talk to me like that. I feel like this could have been the first time Mary has actually met Jenny. Y'all correct me if I am wrong. I don't recall them actually meeting each other in previous scenes. Maybe so, but I feel like this was her first interaction with her, right? So then Jenny says, this is how she talks, and if you don't like it, then don't listen to me. Who the fuck? Excuse me? That's how you talk. That's not how you talk. Because I don't even know you now. I don't know how you talk when you with them. I don't know how you talk when you with your white friends or whatever, girl. I don't know about that. Because see, they know you. I don't. So don't be trying to come over here getting loud and say, that's how I talk. Okay. And if I clap back, then that's how I clap. So what's going on then? Okay. So I didn't really like that. I felt like Jenny was doing the absolute most, especially to be the new woman in the group and to have everything that you got going on your end, and then you try to put it off on these ladies because she gonna say, it's not a good day for me. It's not a good day for me. Okay, so just watch out or something like that. She said, like, it's not a good day for me, so just leave me alone. That's like being at work, right? And somebody at work, I mean, it may be a small thing like, hey, can you make sure you file this or whatever, and they get an attitude with you. It's like, BLT. Or not even that. You could be over here talking to somebody else. They overhear the conversation and they feel the need to hop in and try and correct whatever. It's like, we didn't even ask you, ma'am. We didn't even ask you about that. We're speaking on something completely different, ma'am. Okay, and they just start getting an attitude and then tell you it's not a good day. I don't give a fuck. What's a good day for you? I don't care what's a good day for you because, see, had you known you weren't having a good day, you could have just politely moved on about your business, okay? You didn't have to address what was going over here with A and B. So I just felt like for me, Jenny was doing too much, and I'm surprised that Mary didn't like really go in on her. Mary just let it be what it was. And I'm like, Mary, you a good one because you always have some things to say. Why you ain't get with her for some reason? Were you caught off guard? Like, what was it? She was annoying. She was. Jenny can keep that energy for Dewey. She needs to. Okay, I don't like Jenny. The story with the African-American little boy is a mess. I'm sure Mary will get with her real soon. I feel like she will. I feel like I can see Mary, if she don't get with her yet in the season, she probably gonna get with her at their reunion. Jenny keeps inserting herself in other people's business. She does. I love when Jamie reviews these shows. I do not watch Salt Lake City. Thank you so much, Angie. I appreciate it. Jenny would have got cussed up. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it that you can do and say whatever you want, but Mary can't when Mary wasn't even talking to you? So you just took their situation and made it here, and it didn't even have to be there. So for me, I feel like she was out of line. How Jenny aggressively jumped in a conversation that she wasn't involved in, then get mad at the response. I would have been called a villain because I would have said, girl, fuck you, your husband, and that baby. Okay, hear me. Absolutely. You definitely would have been, you definitely would have been called a villain. We need everyone on this chat to share this video. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. There must be more to this Mary and Lisa thing. It must be, right? Because Mary definitely just went straight to the, she definitely put 20 on 10 when Miss Girl said what she said. So I'm wondering if there is more to the story, or if she's feeling a way about Lisa based on how Lisa was handling Meredith with the whole situation between Meredith and Jen. Y'all know Mary cannot stand Miss Jen. So it also could be that Lisa has gotten closer with Jen, and maybe she's using that as a reason to not care for her, right? So let's go ahead and move on. Lunch. They get to lunch. Everybody send down their wow. I'm going to talk about that. Miss P Family Matters. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm probably going to do like a quick chat on that. But anywho, so Mary and Lisa, they confirmed that they're good, right? Lisa, they just got into it. They're like, girl, we fine, we good, we see each other. Cool. Angie tells Lisa she wants to move on. Now, this right here, once again, was messed up because Lisa likes to act like she wants to deal with things direct. But when it comes to the woman that you've known the longest, the person that you should be able to work things out with the easiest, you decide to kind of like shut her down. So Lisa tells her, unless she's saying sorry, then it ain't nothing to talk about. I said, ooh. Okay, I would have been like, well, girl, I guess we're not talking. Okay, because you over here acting like I did something to you when my event was sabotaged. What? Okay, let's move on. So Lisa says, no, Angie asked her, are you seeing things from my point of view? And Lisa says, you were upset by something you heard, but I won't be beat up for it or accused of something that I didn't do. So there's that. And then Whitney is speaking up for Angie. And that's when Lisa told her to just be quiet, even though I kind of agree with Lisa in that moment. Like, I know you want to like explain things to Lisa, Whitney, but you know how Lisa is. So just sit back and just let them hash their own stuff out, because it doesn't matter who says anything to Lisa. Lisa is viewing it how she wants to view it, one-sided from her own view. So just be quiet and let them do what they're going to do. Okay, so then Whitney says she wants her to understand when you say one thing and do another, it looks weird. Lisa doesn't want to be ganged up on at this point and wants them to get off her back and not to judge her. She said, girl, I can't even say the word Google without y'all hopping on my motherfucking back. So please hop off. I am not your camel. Please get off my back, dear. Okay, so she's definitely feeling away. But then Lisa says that she doesn't like the fact that Jen and Meredith were not speaking up for her. And I feel like that's going to show up later. But you got it. This your battle. This your struggle. And see, that's your problem. When you got into it with Angie the last time, you brought Lisa and Meredith into the room so that they could have your back. But you don't always have other people's back. But you want somebody to show up and have yours. No, ma'am. I was so glad Miss Meredith sat there quiet. And I know Jen was gonna sit there quiet, like, girl, y'all gave me enough to run for my money on last season, girl. I am just gonna sit here and stay out. This ain't got nothing to do with me, as they should have. Why should they have spoke up for you? I guess because Whitney. And then that's the other thing too, right? You want Jen and Meredith to speak up for you, but then Whitney can't speak up for her friend. Oh, okay then, girl. That's biased. All right. So then Heather asked her for clarification, like, did she do it? And then Lisa says, no. She said, my granddad was gay. And she said, it's sad for anyone to accuse me of sabotaging such an event. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Here go the tears, girl. Here she go. Here she go. I'm sorry. I don't care what your grandfather was. I think that you still had something to do with it. Okay. Lisa cries and Angie comes over to console her. Moral of the story, Angie ended up apologizing, which I don't think Angie should have apologized because there was nothing to apologize for. From what I think, I don't think it was nothing for them to apologize for. So there's that. Jenny asked Mary if she's good. Mary says, yeah, we're good. But this is where it went left for me with Jenny, because Jenny did what her husband did as far as weaponizing the tears and stuff, right? Crying about this child and saying it's the anniversary of the child and stuff. So Heather asked her, well, what was it? Jenny says that she is an open person and she doesn't like people telling her what to do. Well, ma'am, nobody would have had to tell you anything about what you needed to do had you mind your own business. You hopped into their conversation. And because you were rude with how you hopped into the conversation and Mary told you don't talk to her like that, then you want to sit up there and act like like she did something wrong. Don't talk to her like that, period. So you don't want nobody telling you what to do. So don't talk to her like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that at all. She says that it was a trigger of being told what to do. I guess based on how she grew up or something like that, it was a trigger. Well, it should have been a trigger for you to hop in somebody else's conversation that ain't had nothing to do with you. Okay. What else? She says that no one knows. She said nobody knows her, so don't attack her. And I was like, who attacked you? Who attacked you, Jenny? Who attacked you? See, now you giving me Jen Shaw tease. Girl, who attacked you? Nobody, but you did. Girl, you did. Anyway, so she goes on to start crying and stuff, talking about her issues or whatever. She used the child the death of her child to gain sympathy from the ladies, okay? And she says, I know that you all know where I'm coming from because you're all her mothers. And I'm like, girl, bye. By Jenny. Jen Shaw says that she can relate because she too suffered multiple miscarriages because she and her husband were also trying to have a large family and they weren't able to. Lisa says that she doesn't know why Jenny is sharing her information with these ladies because all of them are pretty much fake. And I was like, okay, dang. She said they selfish. I'm like, okay, I guess, honey. I guess. By Jenny, I can care less about her and her storyline since she wants to do photo ops with a black child. Girl, Jenny doesn't like being told what to do, but she's allowed to tell these women to shut the fuck. Right, let's make it make sense today. Make it make sense on today, because it's not. How she mad at Angie for bringing the situation to her, but not mad at the caterers for stating her name in the cancellation message. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about that part. Girl, her granddad was gay, child. Isn't that like saying I have a black friend? What the fuck? Girl, now listen to me. That is a fact. Okay? That is a fact. Using her grandfather. Girl, you wrong for that. And grandfather somewhere like, girl, how I got into this? How did I get into this? Okay, Lisa is full of it. Angie should have told her to keep crying because she's a fraud. Okay, definitely a fraud. And put Rice in the corner and get your you talking about Dewey child. She just took a photo with the baby. She took a photo with this baby. I can't even did I like it on Twitter? It was a photo of her holding this black child. Excuse me. And she took a picture with him, and I think he said that she said he was so tired or something like that. Let me see if I can find it so I can tell y'all. Sorry, because I know I thought I held on to this image somewhere. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Oh, maybe she took it down. But I don't know if it's on her IG page or if it was on her Twitter. I could have sworn I saw it on her Twitter, where she was just pretty much holding this black child for a photo op and saying something about how she loves her babies or something like that. So I'm like, so they went and adopted a black child? That's what I'm not understanding. Why did they even include Lisa's name in that cancellation text? Exactly. So there's that. Mary was not moved by Jenny's tears. She was over the shenanigans, and definitely was over the shenanigans, honey. Definitely over the shenanigans. And so am I, as we transition over to what? Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's go ahead and get into it. 1 second, y'all. Let me make a note of something. Okay, there we go. Exactly, Sarah Cook. Exactly. All right. So let's go ahead and hop into Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's talk about some things here. Did y'all enjoy last night's episode? It was cute. It was cute. It was all right. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute. It was cool. It was straight. Okay. So the team, all right, everybody's getting ready for this crab boil that Miss Wendy is putting on. Okay. They're doing this crab boil. Everyone is outside but G. Okay. He ended up doing exactly what I would have did, child. G came outside and G said, oh, babe, I'm gonna go back inside. Okay. It's cold in the month out here. Okay. And I do not like being cold, y'all. Okay. I don't. So I was with G. I would have been right behind him, honey. Let's go on inside. Okay. All caps. Samina said it was okay. It was okay. Just that. Okay. Okay. Hilarious. Okay. So let's get into, okay. So Wendy gives a cheers to Candiace for the new album that she got. And she shout out Karen and Ray for their 25 years. Okay. Now Candiace asked Wendy if she's talked to her mom. Now y'all know Wendy's mom is watching her children. And she said, yep, I talked to her. Kids are good. Everything. Right. Ashley thought that she would ask Eddie if he talked to his mama. I said, bitch, why are you asking this man what he did with his mama? I felt the way. I was like, don't ask him nothing. You always feel comfortable asking somebody's husband something. Why can't nobody ask your husband something? Michael, why you touched that man? Michael, why you was in that hotel with that lady and she took pictures of you from the back? Huh? Let us know. Girl, anyway. So, and then here's the other thing for me. Ashley, you know you don't give a damn. You know you do not care. So why are you asking about whether this man talked to his mama? Girl, Ashley gets on my Anyway, let's keep going. Eddie tells her that he has talked to his mom. He actually talked to her a little while ago. Okay, so that was good. You know, his mom did call. But I will say this. I was wondering when she called, did she want some money? Since your mama seen y'all on this show, Eddie, did your mama call because your mama wanted the coin? Tell the people we want to know. Okay. So then Eddie says the door is cracked for communication because Candiace was asking, like, is the door open? He said, well, it's cracked. It's cracked for communication. I believe there's a lot of hurt there. Right. So at least he got the door cracked. Right. It depends on how she approached the door. Right. Okay, to decide whether or not he's going to open it up a little bit more for her. Now, a scholar says that she's going to be speaking healing all over his family, which is awesome. So good for that. Mia says that she can definitely relate exactly to how he feels, considering the fact that she too has issues with her mom. Okay, now Ashley asked if the mom inquired about the kids. And I'm like, see, Ashley, you asking so motherfucking much. Did Michael inquire about your kids? Girl, you asking so much. Do you inquire about his older kids that he got? Girl. So then Eddie says she asks, how's the family? Okay. She asks about the family. Okay. So we can take that. Everything is good. Okay. Next thing you know, we see G come back outside. He comes outside and Mia gets him to sit down. G says that he's so glad to be here because he could be doing a whole lot of like going to sleep. And I said, G, I'm with you. I could be going to sleep too. Now, when I first saw it, I didn't really catch that he was taking a dig at Ashley. When he said that, I didn't think he was taking a dig at Miss Girl. But then when a scholar said, oh, you keep talking about going to sleep, she gonna be mad. And I'm like, who? At first I was thinking Wendy, but then I said, oh, she's talking about Ashley. Okay, so I guess he was taking a shot at Ashley. Right? So then Wendy pulled Karen to the side, her and Eddie, because they, put Miss Karen into this cake or whatever. And later on, we see Miss Karen pop out of the cake and stuff. So congrats to her. All right. Now, G is continuing to speak on sleeping, right? Petty, G. So Gizelle says, I thought you had apologized and now you're making jokes about sleeping. He says, yes, because it's fun. And I said, now, G, you over there bothering Ashley. Okay, when you said when she supposedly had moved on, now you're over here bothering this lady now. Now you're being messy. So then Gizelle asked if he listened to Ashley earlier because there was an issue, right? And this is all stemming from them being on the bus, Ashley falling asleep. G saying, y'all look at Ashley or whatever. Ashley taking offense to it, but I felt like he did that. He does that with everybody. He did the same thing to Candiace when Candiace was playing on Chris's head. And he said, y'all look at Candiace playing on this man's head. Like for whatever reason, G just likes to highlight it. Okay. That's that. Now, Ashley says, so G acted like he couldn't remember the issue that Gizelle was talking about. And then Ashley said, on the bus, you don't remember? What you got? Alzheimer's or something like that? Or maybe she said, was it Alzheimer's? I think that's what she said. And or Alzheimer's, child. You got Alzheimer's? And then Mia said, Ashley, that's not cool. That's not cool. I said, come on, Miss Mia. So here's the thing. If Candiace would have said this, y'all would have went the crazy. Y'all would have drugged Candiace from Maryland all the way down to San Diego. Okay? Y'all would have drugged Miss Candiace had she said Alzheimer's. I thought that was very interesting because y'all tweets and y'all comments was real quiet when Ashley said that about that man. Real quiet. And it's just funny to me because I feel like the audience, the fans like to make a thing when it's not even that big, right? But it's only based on who you don't like. When it's a person you don't like, you make it much bigger than what it is, right? So I saw somebody say amnesia. So it was Alzheimer's, amnesia, whichever one, it was triggered based on, his age. It triggered Mia based on his age. So if Candiace would have said either of those words, people would have been outraged, completely outraged. But nobody has anything to say about Miss Ashley, which was also funny how Miss Gizelle and Robyn also didn't say anything. That was just like, yeah, y'all didn't say, but see, had that been Candiace, y'all would have opened y'all mouth. But because it's y'all good Judy, Miss Ashley, y'all ain't got nothing to say. Okay. So then Mia checks Ashley on site and tells her that isn't okay. G tells her that you don't have to defend him. And then Mia tells Ashley that Alzheimer's is a real disease. And coming from a married woman to an older man, that she should have never let that come out her mouth. I was not mad at Mia for getting Ashley together. Not at all. Wasn't mad at all. Gizelle and Robyn, once again, y'all like to go to y'all confessionals. Y'all like to go to the after show. Y'all love talking about Candiace's mouth, her mouth, Candiace's mouth, her mouth. Where is Ashley's mouth? Ashley has called women out. And then for Ashley to say, I'm not ageist. Well, nobody said that you were, but you just confirmed that you are. You said it on multiple occasions where you talked about these ladies. Okay, especially Miss Sharice, the way you drug Miss Sharice for her age, girl. Because at one point, before there was a Candiace, there was an Ashley who was the youngest person in the group. So it's just interesting to me. I'm like, girl, Gizelle, we're not going to talk about Miss Ashley's mouth. So we're not going. Okay, I guess you wouldn't talk about Ashley's mouth, Gizelle, because you're always coming for Karen because of her age. But okay, let's keep going. G tells Ashley, listen, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I'm not sorry about anything that I said. I hollered. And Ashley was just like, oh, that's what we doing, G? So if you want to do it like that, then baby, you don't even have to apologize. I was like, true. He could have kept that apology if he truly didn't mean it. And honestly, I didn't understand why he was apologizing to her anyway. For what? All I said was that you were sleeping and you felt the way about it. Was there something else that happened that we, the public, did not see? I didn't think it was anything worth him apologizing to her for, but that's just me. Okay. Ashley and Mia are going back and forth at this point. And Mia tells Ashley that she should never say what she's saying. Right. Ashley then to me lies and says, girl, I wasn't being insulting. Girl, I wasn't being insulting. I wasn't being insulting. Well, then how did you mean it, Ashley, when you said it? How did you mean it? You were definitely being insulting when you said it. Girl, shut up. Okay. So then Ashley, what else? Oh, Ashley says, I said amnesia first. You didn't hear that or whatever like that. Mia asked, so where's your husband, Ashley? I was here for, I said, come on. Where's your husband? Ashley said, at home with my kids. She said, you sure? Here for it. Where is he? Do you even know, Ashley, where he's at? Do you know? So you think he at the house with your kids. Gotcha. Okay. Yikes. Candiace says that Ashley thinks that she can huff and puff her chest at the girls and they're supposed to just sit there and take it, right? She said, but Mia is too big to sit there and take anything. But Candiace said, I know what I'm going to take. I'm going to take this food on my plate and I'm going to eat it, okay? And I'm going to watch because this ain't got to do with me right now. Finally, okay? I'm good. I'm going to watch this go down. I said, yes, Candiace, sit there and eat your food, girl, and let's just watch it all play out. Now, Ashley asked Mia if she has anything else to say. Mia says, nope, I already said it. So see, Ashley, it be so funny because you be saying the same stuff about Candiace, but then you go out there and do the same stuff. You got anything else that you want to say? No, I didn't actually. I already said it. You could ponder on it because we're still wondering where your husband is. Okay, exactly. What, girl? Go ahead. So then, Ashley decided. No, G came back and said, Ashley, you need a hug. And Ashley was like, I don't need no hug from you. If I need to get a hug from somebody, I'll get it from someone else. Robyn, you'll give me a hug. And I was like, okay, girl. Bye. Mia says, no, she don't need no hug. She needed, okay, she need a big black one, honey. I said, ooh. Maybe she do. I'm not gonna lie. I am waiting for the moment that Ashley Darby pulls a Jenny Mai. Girl, I'm waiting for the moment that Ashley Darby gets her a Jeezy, girl. I'm like, I can't wait for it to happen because it has to be happening soon, girl. Because the way your husband be, he went into the room with you, girl, and he was more focused on the damn buttons near the toilet than he was focused on you. Girl, I said, they finna be over. Dylan and Dean finna have a whole new daddy, and he finna be black. Girl, I am waiting for her to hit her Jenny Mai moment. And the moment she do, I just might like her a little bit better. I just might like Ashley just a little bit better, girl. Okay, let's keep going. Mia says that they are on a couples trip, and she is wondering why she hasn't met Ashley's husband yet. I said, come on, Mia. Girl, we still waiting on him. She said, I don't understand. Are you embarrassed by him? Or is he embarrassed by her? Which one is it? I hate to see it. Let me tell you, y'all housewives better get y'all husbands together because, like I said, I don't think it's fair that they can sit up here and benefit off of this, off y'all coins or whatnot, and they feel like they not gonna travel and be a part of the show. I don't like that. Gizelle, Karen comes out, she pops out the cake. Gizelle start hating because she can't pop out a cake for nobody. And then says that she felt like Karen did everything all wrong. She should have popped out all naked. And I said, girl, shut up. Mia goes in to speak with G and says she doesn't want to get into the issues with her friends, but she was defending everybody that has the disease, okay? So there's that. Next thing you know, we see Karen send out these dang old invites to everybody. And I figured the invites had butterflies in them. Girl, wrong way, wrong road, wrong way, wrong box, okay, wrong insects, or whatever you want to call them, girl. Some of them things was dead, DOA, period. Girl, that couldn't even breathe in the box, honey. It was a cute idea. It just didn't land very well for me. And Juan and Michael are somewhere vacationing together, girl. I can't. Y'all want Juan and Michael to be together so bad. Some of the butterflies was dead to the bed, honey. We really don't want to see Michael. I just be here for him embarrassing Ashley every chance he gets. That is highly true. That is highly true, girl. I just be here for him embarrassing him and her, himself and her, for sure. I can't. Let me scroll up and see what y'all saying. Michael talked more about what? Right. I said, how did we get here? How did we get here? You don't think Ashley will ever leave him? You're probably right. She probably got too much money on the back end should he pass away, but then I'm sure she's going to have to go through his kids. The older ones, not just the ones she got with him. I wouldn't mind Ashley without Michael. I wouldn't like her, but she wouldn't repulse me as much. I could see that, right? I could see that, especially with how she makes so many excuses for him. Hey, Tisha, how are you? Love and Mary Chancellor. She makes so many excuses for him, and she can speak on everybody else's husband, but then she acts like her husband is at a higher standard. Did y'all notice how they went to the hotel and she said, yeah, Michael used to own it. What is that? You didn't own it. So what is that? So you find your value in the things that your man has because you never came from anything? Okay. All right, fine. Does he own it now? Girl, she made me feel away in their confessional. Then they taped a scene of her. It said the therapist talking about insecurities regarding Michael. Mia struck a nerve for sure. She did for sure, child. I can't with the Darbys, honey. Sometimes I wonder how one feels when Michael makes these comments. Ooh, Ooh, okay. And then the viewers keep thinking he's actually gay and wants Michael. It's weird. 1000%. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Brianna, because I really don't want to put that label on Juan at all, because I don't think that Juan is a man that is gay at all. Michael has been questionable, right? I think that especially with how messy Michael is, I think that one draws the line in some places. Like, he's probably a cool dude, probably cool to hang out with, you know what I'm saying? May be connected in other ways that one probably could connect with other people, I think, you know. But as far as them really doing something, I don't believe that at all. But the fact that Ashley sat in that confessional, and when the question was asked about them being close or hanging out, she was like, I couldn't have been that. I couldn't be Robyn, because I would have busted in that damn confessional. Bitch, answer the question and be clear about it and be quick. Don't be sitting up here playing on my husband's name because your husband sit up there and play on his name and yours. Don't do that. I don't like that. Sitting up there smiling and well, we have a really good bromance. Like, girl, shut up. I don't like that. She feeds into it too. They love it. They love it, honey. It's just that one gets caught up in the jokes with Michael, and I'm one of those people. I don't think one is gay. I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I don't want his behind. I don't think one wants his behind. Michael definitely want to swap partners with Robyn. He do. He do. I know one was sitting up there watching the screen like, girl, how did I get into this? How did I get into this? What? I can't. Mike is a delusional. One is the only one nice to him. That's what it is. One's the only person nice. He may not always be nice to Robyn, but one is nice to everybody else for the most part. You know what? That's a great question. They probably were. I'm not sure. I can't say. I honestly don't know if they were or weren't. Even the baby knows Michael is more into one than he is about Ashley. I can't take it. Not the baby, child. Michael was fine with Ashley till she had them babies, period. Moment of silence. Because that is true. Because Michael didn't want them kids. I don't think Michael ever wanted to have any additional, because his kids are grown. So, I mean, and I don't fault him for that. He's getting older. It's like, why? Who wants to go through that at his age? Like, hell, Jeannie ain't even trying to go through it at her age over there on Salt Lake City. We know damn well Michael ain't. Ashley wanted them kids and got 2 of them out of them. Child, I can't take it. I see. Well, listen. Good luck. Oh, anyway, now we get to Mia and G. Let's talk about Mia and G. They're excited about this vow renewal that Miss Karen is going to do because they did get invitations to go, okay? They had a staycation when they got back from the Virginia trip or the wherever bay that they went to. Now, she says that she was worried about the kids, right? Now, mind you, her mom must have had the kids a little longer since they got back and tried to do a staycation. Her mom said that the oldest was giving her issues, okay? The oldest child was giving her issues. G says that he didn't want to put her on blast or say anything about her because that's her mama. So he'll let her handle that, right? So Mia says that she felt like her mom was being theatrical, okay? I guess the same way that Gizelle and Robyn was being theatrical when they left the Wendy's house, the event. Right. So then Mia's mom, what we learned is that her mama kept calling her when they were supposed to go and have this vacation. Her mama kept blowing her up. Her mama couldn't figure out what to feed the kids or anything. I guess the oldest was giving her issues or whatever. So her mama kept blowing her up. So hold on one second. Yeah, so Gordon answered the phone and asked her, like, why you keep calling? Like, what's the issue? Like, why you keep calling? Why you keep calling? Her mom tells him that these are your kids too, Gordon. And then hung up in his face. So I believe when he tried to call her back, she wouldn't answer the phone. So according to Mia, when they got back to the house, because she said she was gone for 2 hours, had to turn around, come back to the house. Well, according to Gordon too, both of them got into arguments. Okay, so the mama, at least Gordon says he was just standing there. Her mama was just cussing him out, right? So that's that. That happened. Mia came home because she didn't want her kids to have to deal with the abandonment should the mama ended up leaving or something like that. Here's the thing. Her mama didn't want to watch them motherfucking kids to begin with. I don't care what nobody say I said it. Her mama did not want to watch those children to begin with. What it was is that her mom felt guilty for how she treated her and how she's there for her sister more than she is for Mia. So she decided to just watch them for her. knowing ultimately she didn't want to watch them for real. That's why she kept blowing her up and calling her, and especially if you done went to the event, if you done went to the couples trip and then you come back trying to have another staycation or whatever, then yeah, your mama didn't want to watch them kids. She's definitely overstaying her welcome. So, you know, I think it's messed up though. Her mom yelled at Gordon and then she stormed out of the door. I'm with Mia on not allowing her kids to be exposed to that type of behavior and not having arguments like that in front of her children. I'm with Mia on that. She says based on how her mama handled that situation, it definitely triggered her and sent her back to childhood, right? I feel like that sucks. You know, I think that when it comes to Mia and her mom, she needs to take an even slower approach with bringing her back into her life. Like, it's cool to go meet up with your mama when y'all are out at different functions, but to have her come into the home and watch your kids, I don't know if she'll ever get that opportunity again, you know. And I'm sure Mia is feeling the way even more about her mom. Like, how is it you can watch my sister kids without issue, but when it comes to mine, you have to find a reason to complain about something. Your mama didn't want to watch them to begin with, y'all. I hate it. Let me see what y'all saying about this situation, because this is a mess, honey. Okay, I think, bye, Romeo, see you later. I think Mia's mom did all of that, so Mia would never expect her to depend on her in that capacity again. Good point. Possibly because what? She didn't want to watch them to begin with, okay? In my opinion. Mia's mom watched those kids before this show because no way in hell this is the first time leaving them with her. You go on a trip, then a staycation right after Mia was comfortable leaving them with her. I don't know. I think she was checking in with her mom. Her mom was like, everything is going fine. And then said, okay, we're going to do a staycation. Are you okay? You know, I could see it being a completely different way. I could see it being that was her first time. And Mia could have just overextended her mom in that moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mama probably was expecting to have them for 2 or 3 days. And then here it is, y'all trying to go for another 2 days or whatever. And mama said no. Okay, so it could have been that mama was feeling like she was being taken advantage of or something. I don't know. But if she should have said something from the beginning, like, nah, I'm not going to be able to watch them. I would have been like, the mama though, right? She didn't, but what? She didn't put her on the blast. What? But Mia put her on the blast on TV. Too much forehead Darby this episode. I would have been like, the mama though. Right? She didn't. But Mia put her on blast on TV. Okay. Sounds like the mama was wrong in this situation, but Mia jumped on that too quickly. But the mama could have been honest. Agreed. It's a little bit of both. Mia figures it's the least she could do, possibly. They absolutely guilted her into babysitting. I said that on the other channel. On another channel. I was thinking that her mom probably felt guilty herself, but I mean, that could be true too. They could have guilted her into doing it. But either way, yeah, guilt was there on somebody's end. OMG, Mia and Ashley's scenes are boring. And then y'all couldn't do nothing else to air. Y'all couldn't get what? And then y'all couldn't nothing else to air. Mia exploding her mom is making me uncomfortable. Yikes, honey. I wonder how much babysitting has Mia's mom done for them. I was surprised that Mia and G left the kids with the mom again when they were a little hesitant in the beginning. Very awkward. I mean, maybe what Brianna said was true. Maybe they've left the kids with her before, which is why they felt comfortable. I was thinking it probably could be something else. But they definitely did too much in this one sitting. Like, the audacity, that was weird. Mia trusted her kids with her mom too soon. They don't even have that type of relationship for her to let her babysit her kids. Mia doesn't want a relationship with her mom. She wants a babysitter. Child, not a babysitter and a check. Mia only married Michael only married Ashley because she was done with the swing. Oh, down with the swing. Now she's not, and he's checked out of the relationship. Big girl, let me click off this because you probably got a strong point there, honey. Let's keep going. Gizelle, she goes to sit out with her daughters, right? I mean, goes to I guess she's trying to get flowers and stuff. This woman don't even got a taste that. Let me shut up. The daughters, she need to let the daughters pick the flowers. I'll say that. Let the daughters pick the flowers. Okay. Gizelle asked her daughters if she should bring a date to Karen's vow renewal, right? She asked them how do they feel about her going out every so often. Okay. And they think it's cool because they don't want her to be alone, and they don't want her to die alone either. Okay. What else? Gizelle says that she is dating someone, but it's not serious and she isn't ready to speak on it. But you was willing to bring this person to a vow renewal. Okay, Gizelle. She speaks with her daughters about not being vulnerable in relationships, and she doesn't want them to be like her. And Grace pretty much tells her that, listen, ma'am, it's hard to look up to you and our daddy because neither one of y'all gave us the best examples. I know that was hard to take. I know that was hard for her to hear and hard for her to take. I would have felt the way about it. My issue with Gizelle is her lack of vulnerability. And I be wanting her to show that so she can show the human side of her, right? But she, even sitting down with the therapist, she held back so much. And I loved how he noticed what everybody else was noticing. He said, I could look in your eyes and see the vulnerability there. But she would not allow herself to crack. She always has to show this, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong. And it's like, girl, but you human too. A part of being a strong woman is being a human one as well. Okay. And sometimes we cry. Sometimes we hurt. And it's okay to say that too. So there's that. What else? Ashley gets to the therapist. Hold on, y'all. Did y'all see a clip? I know I'm not crazy. Now, remember, I had been complaining about Juan, and I was like, when are we going to see the clip of Juan walking out on Robyn? Well, it looks like it's going to be on next week's episode. But didn't we also see a clip in the premiere of Gizelle getting her hair done by somebody, and she started crying her eyes out? Where is that scene at? I know I'm not crazy. Where is that scene? Please let me know I'm not the only person that saw that in the previews. Ooh, girl, let me just let that sit up here. Okay, y'all notice how Mia puts all of her childhood trauma on her mother. She says nothing about her father, who caused most of it. Yikes. That's crazy. And it's probably because her father has passed away and her mama is here. So it's easier for her to try and put her issues off of her mom than her dad because he's not present. Okay, so it wasn't just me. So yes, there was. So Gizelle's going to be crying on next episode, Omar, because that's what I'm talking about. Gizelle was sitting down, getting her hair done with her hairstylist, and she was crying. It was in the previews when the show first started, and I'm wondering where that clip is at. They need to add it. Stop showing us stuff, Bravo, if y'all not going to show it to us. You feel what I'm saying? Stop showing it if you ain't going to show it. Period. Right? So let's move on to Ashley, because she goes to this therapy with this fakeness, okay? She goes to this therapy. She says that she loves her children. She wants to be with them all the time. When she said this, all I heard is that I love my kids more than I love my husband. I would prefer to be around them than to actually be around him. So I'm like, okay, you're in this relationship for benefit at this point. Okay, so then the doctor doesn't think, her doctor, not the therapist, but her actual doctor tells her that if she were to have sex, it may not be comfortable for her at this time, right? She also goes on to say that when she offers sexual things to Michael, it's like he doesn't want it. And the therapist tells her he may not want it at this time. So Ashley says, oh, okay, so he's probably telling me the truth when he says that. Okay, so he doesn't want it. Okay, got it. All right. So then she says that, no, Ashley is also concerned about where they are now because he cheated on her around the same postpartum period when she had baby Dean. Now she's getting in this space with baby Dylan, and she's kind of noticing some similarities of actions and things. So it kind of got her on guard and a little bit of paranoid at the same time, right? So she says she and Michael wants to try and have date nights. So that's something they're working on. She says that she doesn't know how to be romantic. So she's nervous about it. And I'm like, Ashley, I think you know how to be romantic. I think you do. I think you definitely know how to be romantic. I think you're just not interested in your husband anymore. And I don't think that he's interested in you anymore either. That's that. Okay. You done got your 2 sugar babies and you good. Just that simple. I don't think she wants to be with this man. Again, too much forehead Darby this episode. Her and that scab of a man can exit stage left, period. Okay. Juan is really selfish. He's going to get Robyn fired from the show because he refuses to support her. It's beginning to piss me off, and I want her to say something. I don't think he'll get her fired from the show, though. But I do think that it's messed up that he's not, you know, present. Once again, with the baby, I don't really think either one of them wants to be intimate with each other. There is no romance. It was all about sex with them. Probably when Gizelle getting ready for Karen's shindig. Yes, and I hope that we get to see it, Omar. I really do. I hope we get to see it. I just want to see her being vulnerable and knowing that it's okay. Ashley is going to pretend until she finds her way out. Yeah. She probably waiting on him to do it again so she can peace out. Ashley just wants the benefits. Shout out to Candiace. How does Ashley do it? I'm an auntie, but that dude is too old for me. You can tell Gizelle has been hurt a lot and she has put up a shield that makes her seem cold. Exactly. So she doesn't emote and her daughters see that. And that is not a great place to be. She'll never be happy. I hate it for her. I hate that. I really do. So let's get to Wendy and his photo shoot. Have y'all went and bought these candles? Were you one of the people that got one of them sold out candles? Because I know it wasn't me, honey. $45 for 11 ounce. Girl, you got me. No, ma'am. Anyway, so she working on her promo. When it comes to her makeup, I have to say this. I don't know who put that contour on her nose, but I hated it. Hated it. I don't know what they was doing, but I did not like that. But let's move on, okay? She says that she's naming her candles after her mom and her daughter, which are cute. Okay, we learned that the photographer actually has a degree in engineering, right? The only reason he ended up getting his degree in engineering, even though he pursued his other passion, which ended up being photography, is because that's what his parents wanted him to do. And it seems like Wendy tried to connect that back to, you know, being African or whatever. And I'm like, girl, I think that's a lot of households where people go out here and get these degrees because their parents want them to have a fall back on, which is nothing wrong with that. But they're so focused on getting into a college that they don't really go out and get the opportunity to truly pursue what it is that they want to do. So I don't think it's just an African thing. I think it's a everybody thing. For real, okay? Now, Wendy speaks to her mom about being so hard on her and how she didn't get a chance to chase her dream because she was chasing degrees for her mama, right? Her mom had said she has no regrets and she feels like everything she told her was her doing the right thing. And I'm like, okay, mama, but consider the fact that some things you said and some of the ways you taught her actually probably weren't the right way. Okay, for her, but that's probably all the mom knew. So she could only probably parent her from the space that she knew at that time. Wendy was telling a story about what she said about something that happened to her. And she was telling a story about her son. And I guess she thought her son did something and she found out he didn't do it. And then she had to go and apologize to him, right? For, I guess, assuming that he did do it. And then she realized, you know what? My mom never apologized to me. Right? If ever she was found in the wrong, she never came and apologized to me for anything. And her mama wasn't agreeing with it. Girl, I don't know why mamas be getting amnesia. I hope I don't. I hope I don't be forgetting nothing, okay? Because I'll tell my mama something. She be like, girl, it did not happen like that. And I'll be like, girl, it did. I be having to break down stuff to her. And she be like, oh, okay. All right. But she be ready to move on to the next conversation. No, man, we're going to stay right here. We're going to stay right here because I need you to remember the events of what took place. But anyway, Miss Wendy mama was like, girl, I'm not having it. She said, I'm gone. She said, girl, don't go. She said, no, ma'am, I'm leaving, girl. I'm finna go. She couldn't handle that truth. She had to go ahead and catch that taxi and get up out of Dodge, honey. Let's go ahead and get to Michael and Ashley in this cringe fest that they gave us, girl. Yes, that is a flaw of Black mamas. They never admit fault. All Nigerians push their kids to be lawyers, doctors, or engineers, and they seem to have a certain pressure to fulfill the family's dream and not their own. And I think it could be related to how their culture sees them. Like, you know, because Wendy and them kind of talked about it on their first season last year. I guess in the village, it's going to make them look more prestigious or whatever if their child comes out and they are a doctor or they are an attorney or something. So I think it holds weight in their community, which is another reason why they push that. She said everything I did was correct. Like, mama, right? I make better candles than both. And what? I make better candles than Bath and Body Works. Okay. Okay, then. Nigerians, what's your candle line, Candiace? Don't drop it in the comments. Yeah, it's really popular in African, Caribbean, and immigrants' households, to be honest. Nigerians demand the degree. Gotcha. Gotcha. Right. The most cringe-worthy scene. It wasn't even worthy. Worthy-less. The most cringe-worthy-less scene in Real Housewives of Potomac history, girl. Let's get into it. Excuse me. So she gets a room. This whether she go to that hotel that Michael used to own and she bragging about it and she's so happy about it. You could tell Ashley ain't never had shit when she was younger. Anyway, Ashley talks about not getting a lot of sleep on the trip. So Michael ends up showing up. She done changed her outfit. She put on some type of, what was that, leopard? What was that? She put on a dress or whatever, okay? She talks about how she didn't get a lot of sleep while she was on this trip, and then it seemed like she wanted to blame G. But Michael said he ain't got no issue with G, child. Should he see G at the vow renewal? He said he gonna speak to him. He cool. And she was like, well, what about Chris? You know, you gonna speak to Chris? And that's when he was like, no, I'm not interested in talking to Chris at all. He says that he doesn't want to speak to an idiot or something like that. I don't want to speak to an idiot like Chris. Michael, you should be the last person on this show calling somebody out their name. The last one, the very last one at that. Behind the cast, behind the producers, behind the director or whatever, you should be the very last one to call somebody out their name. Let's move on. Okay, Ashley tells him that Chris wants to move forward. Michael says he's not interested because he gets to hang with Juan. See, this is where Michael be fucking up. Stop and keep Juan's name out your mouth, Michael. Keep it out your mouth. So he says he get to hang with Juan. He says he gets to spend time with Juan. It says that Juan is a more interesting guy and he doesn't play games. And I'm just like, see, it be the words that he used that make it seem like you out here dating Juan when you not. I don't like that. So Ashley, this was interesting. No, yeah, they get to the confessional. They ask her about the bromance between Michael and Juan, and then she just takes a pause and laughs or whatever, and then says that it's a natural friendship between the two. Anyway, so Ashley, she puts on a blindfold to kiss Michael, and then takes it off when she's done kissing him. I said, and that right there just lets me know that you're not interested in your man, that you had to put a blindfold on his face just to kiss him, and then say, I'm gonna take it off so you can go to the room. Girl, the room is right there. Girl, it's not even 5 feet away. Girl, you could have got that old man up and walked him to that room. Girl, if you don't want to be with your husband, just say that. Anyway, girl, that's a mess. I can't. They get in the room, right? He gonna tell me, so you know you're a beautiful woman, right? So they kissing, and I hate to hear the kissing that was going on. Then he goes into the bathroom and said, did you see all those buttons by the toilet? She said, well, I'll be here when you're ready. And I was like, okay, girl, he more interested in the buttons on the side of the toilet than he's interested in you. That's sad. Okay. Michael keep one name in his mouth because he can't get to something else. I can't. Okay, see, that's why Chris should never try to extend the baton to Ashley and her husband. Listen to your wife, Chris. Them Darbys are trash. I agree. I would never try to mend anything with Michael Darby from here on out. Whatever he want to do with that, do what you will, sir. Do what you will. And I don't know how this is going to play out next episode, but I feel like, yet again, Chris is going to be in the wrong because he wants Candiace to turn the other cheek where it looks like Michael is the one that's full of shit and she sees it. But Chris doesn't see it. And I feel like him trying to be cool with Michael, to me, makes it seem like he's trying to force being looked at in a good way to the public or something. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, no, I'm most likely gonna be on Candiace's side with that. Like them people, Juan better play his cards right and get him a good old good night. They just the longest husbands on the show. Let me go up and see. I can't take it. Exactly why I skipped that damn scene. She should have put that blindfold on so that she can get through the session. Embarrassing. Okay, I don't even think they did anything. I feel like they just went in there because she know the doctor already told her it's gonna be painful. So, yikes. Chris will always sympathize with his white counterparts. Yikes. And this white counterpart don't want to have nothing to do with him. Help him, Lord. Let's go ahead and get into Gizelle and this therapy. So she talks with him about her daughters and how she's emotionally unavailable to them. She tells them about reconnecting with their dad because she wanted to get her family back together. She says not being able to see him more often after the pandemic because they were seeing each other a lot, it gave her enough time to think, right? She says she needs and wants a man, but she doesn't want to answer to one. I feel like she needs and wants a man because she wants that support and she wants that physical connection. But at the same time, I feel like she doesn't want that emotional connection because she doesn't want to put her feelings in another man's hands to where they end up dropping the ball. And I think she doesn't like to go through that breakup phase. And a lot of people don't go through that breakup phase. It's like you're grieving, you're just going through. She just doesn't want to feel that low. So I feel like she wants somebody she could vibe with, hang out with. But as far as dating, I don't think she wants to put her heart in nobody's hands at this time. She says that she was asked about what message is she sending to her daughters, and she just said pretty much a horrible one. She said, not good ones. This is horrible. The therapist is telling her to let her walls down. And I said, yes, let them down because we can see in your eyes that you really want to cry. Okay. So she says even in this meeting, she has her walls up. No. That's what I said. Okay. So the therapist tells her he wants her to let her walls down. I said, yeah, even in this meeting, you can see that she want to let them down, but she's not. Okay. The therapist says he sees vulnerability in her eyes. And she says that, yeah, it's vulnerability because she has a sense of direction. And that's why she's about to tear up, or at least that's why we see the vulnerability. And I'm like, I guess you have a sense of direction. I don't know. I don't know what to make from Gizelle. I don't know, child. It ain't gonna be painful. Michael, look, ain't hurting nothing. He's practiced to get ready for a real okay. It's always going to be F and good night to Megamind and the Crypt Keeper. I think after the fight with Monique, Chris doesn't want his wife in conflict. And that's understood. I understand that. I can understand why he feels that way. Gizelle's daughters need their own confessional. Hilarious. At least Gizelle has not exposed her daughters to multiple men in failed relationships. True. Some women don't even introduce their kids until it's serious. That would be me. Okay. I'm not gonna play with you, baby. All right. I'm not gonna play with you. So I don't follow her on that. I think Sherman backed away from her because of the show. I can see that. Absolutely. I mean, look what happened with Sherman. She was really happy with him and her daughters loved him. And what did they do? Bring his ex and other rumors on the show. Very true. Very, very true. So she don't want to share nobody else with y'all. We really, truly can't even fault her for that. Right? I feel like that's something Cynthia was saying as to why she didn't bring Mike back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because it's her duty to protect her husband at the end of the day, and I don't follow her on that at all. So there's that. You're not supposed to introduce your kids to everyone you date, only when you're serious. I think she was serious about Sherman. I think she was serious about it. I mean, I think they had been dating for a good little minute. I think she was serious about him. Just then it didn't go her way. Gizelle is a cautionary tale. Let me go down. Of why you shouldn't rest on pretty. You can be a high yellow green-eyed preference, and she still got cheated on and stuck renovating a 900,000 tear down. Yikes. Y'all, what happened to the guy Miss Karen was supposed to be smashing? Good night. I don't know nothing about that. I can't follow her if she talks about everyone else's relationship. Bloop. And there's that. I don't know if he cheated on her. Probably. I don't know, but I think it was enough to when Monique brought that the ex-lady on the show, and I guess other things about him started coming out. Did he mess around with somebody in the limo or something like that? He messed around with somebody in the car. So some of his tea started coming out, and I think he probably felt like he just couldn't go forward with her based on that. He probably didn't want nothing else coming out about him damaging his reputation and his business, work or whatever he connects or something. Let's see. Gizelle might not find love until the show ends unless she hides him because too much drama on the show. Okay. It was about the ex-wife and messing around in the park. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. her kids like Sherman more than they did their dad. I think they did. I think they did. Because remember, Sherman, whenever he would call and talk to Gizelle, he would include her kids. And notice that last season when Jamal would call, it was like he would also call the daughters, but the daughters felt like it was forced. They felt like he only calls them. So obviously he hasn't been really reaching out to them or calling them. And they felt like he's only calling to tell you, hey, I called and talked to the girls because that was something Gizelle wanted versus what it is that he really wanted. Yikes. I see why they probably like Sherman more, because Sherman included, you know, included them and stuff. Let me see what else y'all saying. I think it's at a person's preference. I think it's at a person's preference. I don't know. I feel like for me, I think it was like, was it over a year or was it at a year or something like that? Yeah, I had been dating for a minute before I did that. Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on a person's preference, I guess. Some people may be like 6 months may be good. It depends on the pace of the relationship, I guess. I don't know. I know it ain't no damn 3 months. I don't know, girl. That's a good question. Gizelle is a bully. Bullies look for vulnerability in others. That's why she's closed off. She doesn't want others to do what she does to them. Yikes. Yikes. Gizelle needs to go on Ready to Love DC. Girl. No, she don't. No, she don't. Because ain't nobody out there full of, they worse. Try these folks out here worse than Jamal. I don't think she gonna find nobody out there. The girls were mad when she broke up with Sherman. I know they was. Or when Sherman broke up with her. No, she was devastated. Yes, they were excited to speak to Sherman. They were. They was hopping in. Hey, Sherman. Hey, Sherman. I was like, oh, they really like him. That's good. The daughters are not here for the BS and are not. I think Gizelle and Sherman were close to engagement. I think that's what put the battery in her back for Monique. Listen, she was on her ass then. She really was on her. If she wasn't on her ass before, girl, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Wonder the backstory of Gizelle's parents. Did her father cheat? Great question. I'm not sure. Until you know the relationship is going to be long term and is going to be there and he's going to be there for the long haul. Facts. That's why it depends on the conversation and things, you know, that's happening. How much time you guys are spending together, the activities. Do they ask about your kids? You know, do they want to include your kids and stuff? Like, do they like kids? Okay. Girl, it just takes time. It takes time. All right, y'all. Let me hop up off this thing. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Okay, don't forget to like if you haven't already, comment, subscribe, share my videos, dear, and I'm gonna work on some more content for you guys. Okay, that's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Okay, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.